Good morning! Oh, that was a failed attempt at sounding like a radio DJ. But anyway, like seriously, it is morning. It is 8:29 a.m. right now. Oh my god, like it's super early right now. Well, not super early, but it's early for me to be making a video. And this is a that. I have a book review of this book, Just Listen by Sarah Dessen. Finally finished this book, and I'm glad to be finished it. This is a advanced uncorrected proof pre-sale book that my aunt gave me. Yeah, so this was an interesting book. It's not my favorite book, and it's not one I'm going to keep, but it was an interesting book to read. At first, I didn't have any, like, as it says, it's an uncorrected proof. And, like, throughout the beginning half, I didn't really have any of those mistakes that you'd find, like misspells, miswording, the punctuation placement is wrong. I only started getting that in, like, the last week, which would be, like, the second half here, roughly. So it was good. The beginning part was spelled okay. It's interesting. It's about a lot of music and about people listening, like really needing to listen to what other people are saying. Like, not like the jibber jabber stuff, but like the important stuff. And sort of introvert, sort of, I say sort of, because Annabelle is a sort of introvert. She's not a complete introvert. But she is about certain feelings she has, and she basically says like an argument or like confrontation like scares her, and she finds it difficult to talk, so she's like fear and anger and all this stuff. But Annabelle is sort of like me. I tend to bottle everything up, and sometimes, not all the time, sometimes I'm able to get it out properly without things, but sometimes, I blow up, which happens, which is not good. It does put stress on you, but yeah. Anyway, as I said, it was an okay book, and it's sort of a coming of age type thing. Like, she's coming into her own. She probably still does not like conflict and stuff like that, but something happened to her, and like when you read about it, it is not the nicest thing that happens to anyone. It's not good. But the way she brought it up, it was the most random of ways to introduce the thing that is like the beginning of, well, actually, it's not the beginning. The beginning was Sophie. And Sophie is a bitch. Sophie is a big, big fat bitch, and she is just not the nicest person, and I'm going to leave it at that, and that's really where it begins, is Sophie, and once you read the book, you'll find out why I say she's a bitch, and she's not a very nice person. But, the next step in this whole, her really becoming very introverted and not really speaking her feelings and stuff like that, the big kerfuffle thing that had Annabelle and Sophie breaking off their friendship is it encompassed a whole entire chapter, that whole incident thing that caused the friendship break. Yeah. And as I said, it was a weird thing. It took up an entire chapter. It was weird how she introduced it and like brought it into the story. I'm just saying brought it into the story. I'm not saying like that part entirely. Just the way she introduced it was so freaking weird, and just, I don't think it made a whole lot of sense to introduce it like that, but yeah. And Owen was an interesting character. Again, he was quite real, his character personality, but he was weird. But, I liked him. Like, I liked that character. He was good. Yeah. I don't know if I would recommend it. If I was going to recommend it, I would recommend getting the actual finished edition of it, not an advanced, uncorrected proof pre-sale book. Yeah. It wasn't bad, but it wasn't all good to me. It was an okay book. Something I'm not going to keep, so I am going to get rid of this. Okay. That was this book. And I have the final book of the Vampire Academy series at the library. I have Last Sacrifice by Rochelle Mead sitting at the library now, and I will be picking it up on Monday. Yay. But until then, we'll be reading one of my books, which is A Knight in Shining Armor by Jude Deveraux. I don't know how you pronounce the last part of her name, but I know it's Deveraux, something like that. I don't know. But anyway, this is a very old book. This is one of her early books that she wrote. But I do like her writing and her storytelling because I listened to the audiobook of Wild Orchids, and that is one of... She did that in 2007, 2009, something around that age, like just before. I know it was like in the new millennium type, before 2010, before like the double digits. And I liked that one. I have it, and I eventually will be reading it and reviewing it for you. But I found two other ones of hers, and there's this one and another one. So anyway, I'm gonna get going with this because I'm gonna take a nap. And anyway, yes, this is A Knight in Shining Armor by Jude Deveraux. Something. Anyway, we'll read the back. Abandoned by a cruel fate, lovely, thoroughly modern Douglas Montgomery lay weeping upon a cold tombstone in an English church. Suddenly, as if in answer to her prayers, the most extraordinary man appeared. Okay, why is a female named Douglas? Like, with a man name. Like, why the fuck, how the fuck, that's the dude's name, that's not even a female name, like, anyway. It was Nicholas Stafford, Earl of Thornwick, and according to his tombstone, he had died in 1564. Tall, broad of shoulder, attired in gleaming silver and gold, he was magnificent. Drawn to her side by a bond so sudden and compelling it overshadowed reason. Douglas knew that Nicholas... I'm going to be pronouncing it Douglas because that's pretty much how you're supposed to pronounce all my lovely, like, Scottish, Irish, Welsh people up there, but I think in England too. All you lovely UK people over there, if I have any people, or if someone knows how to pronounce it anyway, please let me know in the comments below how the fuck do you pronounce the female version of Douglas, or Douglas, because I'm obviously butchering it, and I'm gonna finish. Douglas knew that Nicholas was nothing less than a miracle, a man who would not seek to change her. Found her perfect, fascinating, just as she was. But she could not imagine how strong were the chains that tied them to the past, or the grand adventure that lay before them. Okay, that is a little weird. I have no idea how that's supposed to work. I dedicate this book with love to my editor and, more importantly, my friend Linda Moreau. Yay. And there's 21 chapters, so these are freaking long chapters. I gotta put my bookmark in one. How long that chapter is. Like, fuck. That's a long chapter. And we're still in England, but we are in the 80s. Oh, the 80s. I was born like the year after this. This is 1988. I was born 1989.
I hate my nose. I gotta go get an allergy pill.
So this is what I'm starting, and I'm going to continue reading this until Monday when I get Last Sacrifice, and we finished that finally. Very happy I finally get to be finished that book series. And no, I'm not going to be buying it. It has been quite good. I'm not finished it, so I have to say it has been quite good. But I'm not going to be buying it. I know that. I'm going to get going. I am going to get stuff prepped, and I really want to take a nap because, yeah. Or no, I'm going to do a video and then I'm going to take a nap. Or I have to leave for an appointment I have. So yes, if you like this video, if you did, hit that like button over here. If you didn't like it, you know, you can hit the dislike button. Just so that you're not tempted to leave nasty comments, because we do not need negativity or nastiness, okay? If this is the first time you're watching my video, hit the subscribe button over here by my picture for more book reviews, hauls, unboxing, unbagging, because some things come in bubble wrap manila envelopes and plastic bag things and random vlogging videos. Alright, I gotta get going. So I will see you all in my next video. Bye bye everyone.